Now, in Congo, 7 magistrates were dismissed from their posts at the end of a session of the Superior Council of the Judiciary convened under the authority of the head of state, Denis Sassou. According to the Congolese Minister of Justice, Ange Aim Wilfried Bininga, the dismissed magistrates committed serious professional misconduct.
The names of the dismissed magistrates have not been made public yet. The Higher Council of the Judiciary went further since it took the decision to downgrade 2 other magistrates for obstruction of the execution of a court order, influence peddling and abuse of office, and also proceeded to downgrade a judge for illegal withholding of sums of money destined for others. As I said earlier, these highly anticipated sanctions have been hailed by a part of the Congolese public and the civil society. This is the case of Mr. Loamba Moke, President of the Association for Human Rights and the country's prison department. He joins us from Brazzaville. Good morning, Loamba Moke. Thanks for joining us today. The Higher Council of the Judiciary, which met under the auspices of the head of state, Denis Sassou, had, among other decisions, dismissed 7 magistrates for serious misconduct. It can be said that history has proven you right. You have long called for the cleanup in the body.
On attendait depuis longtemps la réunion de ce conseil.
The meeting of the Superior Council of the Judiciary was long overdue, and we actually salute the courage that the head of state has shown, because you know well that the foundation of democracy is based on justice.
Le socle de la démocratie est basé sur la justice.
And when you have justice that correctly and effectively makes judgments, effective justice makes human rights be respected in a country. I can say that the head of state understood that it was first of all a question to start with this house. Because for us, it is this house where human rights must be respected. And it's also a convincing example for the magistrates. You know that it is the body that is greatly cherished by the head of state. They have good salaries, and oddly enough, despite these good salaries, this is where corruption lies. It is for this reason that the association actually salutes the council and its president.
Le conseil et son président du conseil.
In addition to the 7 dismissals, the Council also demoted 2 magistrates and ruled on the compulsory removal of 3 magistrates for the release of detainees in prison against the payment of sums of money. Do these sanctions mean a new era in the functioning of the Congolese justice? You know, they didn't stop to downgrade or dismiss people. The board continues to look at each issue on a case-by-case basis. And this is also called a lesson. And this lesson will make our justice system a justice for the citizens and not a justice for the rich. Access to justice in Congo has caused a lot of problems because at one point, as we all know, there are people in prison who are actually convicted for acts of torture and acts of money laundering, who had their money and who have been released. And these people, on their way out, go to the victims. The victims have become very weak. Today, we are sure that with these sanctions, the Supreme Council of the Judiciary has just given a new era to our justice system that we have been waiting for. We believe that this is a good thing and that we are waiting, and what we are waiting for is the opening of detention areas to civil society organizations that are working towards this. And when there is a sanction, it is understood that the fault has already been committed. What should be done beforehand to preserve the Congolese judicial system from corruption?
Gangrène, finalement, qu'est la corruption.
Non, le problème est très simple.
The problem is very simple. We have institutions, starting with the Department of Justice and Human Rights. We have other institutions that are institutions of the Republic. We have the National Commission on Human Rights. We have the National Commission to Fight Corruption. We have the National Anti-Corruption Observatory. But these institutions must organize debates. They have to organize training sessions on corruption. You know what is amazing? As soon as there were institutions such as the National Human Rights Commission, the National Anti-Corruption Observatory, we found that there is now more corruption than when there were no such institutions. So these institutions must work, and that the President of the Republic, the President of the Senate, and the President of the National Assembly, who receive reports of these institutions, must set in motion, in collaboration with the justice system, those entities that must work primarily in the field of education, that is the culture of combating corruption, and also involve the civil society organizations that actually have a program to fight corruption. This is what needs to be done so that people know that when they are going to embezzle funds, they will be punished.